Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Finger Guns Podcast with Tony David James. I am your somewhat headachy co-host, Jimmy, and I'm here with...
Big T, Tony B.
Yeah, and...
Dave, if you're nasty.
I love this. Thank you for providing water tonight, Tony.
You're welcome.
For those at home that don't see this, there's a nice cup of water beside me, and I love it. It's not like those mugs you see on late night shows that you're not quite sure if they have liquid in them or not.
They most definitely do.
Most of them do.
No,
I think there was a time that it probably didn't.
They all should have liquid in it. It's water, but it's...
That's what you think.
At least from the talk shows I've seen live, it's water in the cup.
Sure. Vodka and water look the same, Dave.
My minimal experience, it is water in the cup.
Sure. I love it. Sure. Well, this is water. I think. Oh, okay. Good. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm just nodding my head, yeah. I wish I had like vodka ice cubes.
Vodka?
Why?
You would have to... Vodka freezes at such a low temperature, though. It would take ages.
It just make things interesting.
0 Kelvin ice cubes of...
I don't know.
Is it even ice cubes? Vodka cubes?
I don't know. What's the dry ice? Like put it in dry ice.
Yeah. That's the only way you're going to get that
nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Yes.
Okay, so the next time we're recording the episode, let's make it happen, boys.
We're just gonna nitrogen ice fucking vodka cubes.
Yeah, I think
you guys have unlimited funds that I do not have.
Unlimited. What am I, Jeff Bezos?
I mean, I could always make more. It's just money.
Yeah, this is true. What are you gonna do? Take it with you?
It's exactly. You can't take it with you. You can't take it with you.
At this point, I'm leaving it to Mouse, so that's fine. Yeah. She's listed as a revocable beneficiary on my life insurance payout, just in case. I don't know what a cat's going to do with that much money, but I'm going to have to find out.
I just imagine her just like sitting on like the comfiest cat chair.
Yeah.
And just having her paws out, just getting...
just easily manicured while someone just drops a treat in front of her every once in a while.
Cucumbers on the eyes.
Cucumbers on the eyes, getting the manny and the petty, and getting the treat.
Yeah. You know what? Worst ways to spend money.
It's true.
I support it.
It's true.
It's true.
Anyway, you want to talk about some movies now?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. I mean, you're related to him.
Yeah.
Fuck, guys. Like, come on, I'm right here. That's rude.
I get it.
So we got a little bit of a best my worst going on tonight?
Yes.
You want to take one each? Does that feel good?
I think that feels good.
Okay, who has a best?
I guess I can go first.
Sure.
I will go with the best. And it is it's a remake.
Okay.
And it's film by Andrew Ahn called The Wedding Banquet.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's quite lovely. I saw it a few weeks ago when the same day we saw Warfare. I saw it that day.
Ah, yes, that was part of your experience.
Yes, my 3.5 movie day.
3.5 movie day, yeah.
3.5 movie day. I also saw Death of a Unicorn that day.
Correct.
Not good.
Not good.
No,
we're not going to talk about that.
No, we will not. So this film stars SNL reigning champ Bowen Yang, as well as Kelly Marie Tran, who you will remember from Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Yes, we do remember her.
All sorts of horrifically racist and misogynistic bullshit after that.
We do remember this.
Oscar nominee Lily Gladstone.
Oh, fun.
As well as... I don't know if this guy's a newcomer or just somebody I haven't really seen in much before. His name is Han Ji-chan, as well as Joan Chen and the immortal Oscar winner Yoon Ye-jun.
Oh.
Yu-jun? Yu-hung? The grandmother from Minari.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yes.
Young Yu Young. I
Young Yu Yun. Sure.
I can't. I keep butchering. I'm just going to keep butchering her name, so I'm not going to keep saying it.
That's fine. We get it. We got it.
The Oscar winner, who's absolutely wonderful, Minari. She's absolutely wonderful here. Anyways, this is a remake of a older Ang Lee film. It's been modernized a little bit, so there is a lesbian couple who is trying to have a baby. And they rent out their garage to a queer couple.
Yes.
Who, they want to get married, but the one guy is in line to make a fortune from his family in Korea.
Oh.
Except they don't know that he's gay.
Oh. I see.
And he can't tell them that, or he may end up getting deported.
I see.
Or not deported. Brought back,
yeah.
Brought back.
Recalled,
as it were. So they come up with a plan that since he has an immense amount of money, since we've been talking about lots of money tonight.
Sure.
Since he has an immense amount of money, that he will pay for their IVF treatment.
Okay.
As long as one of the one girl, Kelly Marie Tran, marries him for a green card so he can stay.
Got it. And access his wife.
Right. And scene.
Got it. Hilarity ensues?
Hilarity, drama, all sorts of feelings ensue.
Okay.
That's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot happening.
And it seems very sitcom-y. At least the pitch I just gave you feels very sitcom-y coming out of my mouth. But it feels more lived in and more real and more dramatic than that. And it takes a turn in the middle that I'm not sure is in the trailer or not. But it was a surprise. It takes two turns. One turn I kind of guessed was coming, although I didn't know the circumstances of it.
Right.
The second turn I did not expect at all.
Okay.
So I was pleasantly surprised by that. All of that to say, Kelly Marie Tran is kind of like leading the show here.
Right.
And she proves what a formidable talent she really is. Not that she hasn't before, but she's really leading the pack here. And there's a Star Wars joke that made me giggle because her character, because they say something to her like, haven't you watched Star Wars? And she's like, no. And I was like, ha ha. Ha.
Good.
Bowen Yang is quite lovely.
Yes. Well,
he's always great in everything. The gentleman who I said I didn't really recognize from anything previous. His name's Han Ji-chan. He's the one who's in line to make all the money.
Oh, okay. Sure.
He's terrific.
Wow. Great.
Terrific. Really, really real scene stealer here. Yoon Yahung.
Yeah.
Amazing. Joan Chen, amazing. And Lily Gladstone's not in it as much as I thought she would be, but she's quite lovely as well. All of this to say, I had a smile on my face for most of this movie. I was really enjoying it.
That's great.
Great representation. Great.
I love this.
Lots of great feels, lots of great comedy, some genuine, heartfelt moments.
Yeah.
It's playing right now, and if you like lovely little coming-of-age dramedies like I do.
Oh yeah,
even though they are my bread basket. They're a little older than teenagers. They're a little more into their 30s.
Yeah,
their 30s and trying to figure their shit out. But,
coming of 30s. Yeah,
coming of 30s. It's quite lovely, and I definitely highest recommends.
I love this.
Okay. Very nice.
I'm adding that to a list.
Yes, it will either be on my top 10 or in my runners up list.
Nice.
Damn,
for sure.
High praise.
High praise for April.
For sure.
Right.
That's great.
I'm not going to guarantee which list it'll be on, but it will be on.
It'll be somewhere. It will be mentioned again.
It will be mentioned again. And I'm certain that another film tonight is going to be mentioned again on one of those two lists as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But maybe not the one you think.
Oh, now I'm intrigued.
James, will you take me through a math?
Yeah. Let me set the scene for you.
Please set the scene. Here, wait. I got to do it. I got to do it right.
Got to do it right. Got to do the. There you go. He's done it. He's got his rectangle.
He's got
scene,
it.
Go.
Got it. It's Friday. Good Friday, one would say.
Ooh, Good Friday. I do like a Good Friday.
You know, you craft a dinner plan with your partner that involves deep frying a shitload of food.
Fish fry.
Not quite fish. I'm not that Catholic.
Actually,
to be honest, and to my credit, now that I'm thinking back on it, only had fish. So that's fine.
Oh, then that's okay.
That worked out.
That's okay.
Yeah, I didn't think about it until right now.
Okay, you're better cast than Tony and I because we definitely had chicken that night.
Excellent.
Chicken's acceptable.
Yeah, it's white like fish.
It's white like fish.
Before you continue, did you see that McDonald's has fish wraps now?
Yes.
Chipotle fish wraps. I'm excited.
I love it. I want to try
off,
it. I want to try
so
it.
down.
Fuck off.
So we made homemade jalapeno poppers.
Fuck yes.
Homemade panko crusted shrimp.
Lovely.
Fries, onion rings. End of list. It's
didn't
all
invite
deep fried.
Us.
No, because you guys were out seeing something that we'll talk about later. So made all this food, and we're like, wow, you can't have all of this deep fried food and not get a little zooted before you eat it. This is too much. You can't. Who's gonna eat? You have to be a glutton. You have to trick your mind to be gluttonous.
It's true. You need a little bit of courage.
And then it's like, well, what are you going to watch? Because now you want a comedy, you want something to laugh. So we'd been putting it off for a while, but we revisited all 3 Austin Powers in one night. Just back to back to back.
Oh my.
And I'm here to tell you that I'm putting them all in meh.
Really?
All 3 of them.
I recently rewatched them as well, actually.
Very high meh to very low meh. They're kind of right in between.
Okay, I'll let you have that.
The first one is a high meh. It's great. It sets the scene. It's it doesn't rely too heavily on any repeatable jokes overall. There's so many moments from it that are classic now, like him getting stuck trying to turn that fucking golf cart around in a tunnel. It's excellent in so many ways, and the fact that it's still there on the way back, people are tripping over it. It's excellent in so many ways. The comedy's great.
Liz
Hurley's great. Fembots are fun.
Fembots. I love that.
All of it is.
I love it so
all
much.
of it is excellent. Everyone
That's
is
a man. That's my mother.
That's a man, baby. It's all great. Fucking Burke Bacharach on a double decker bus in Las Vegas. Great. No notes. I have no notes.
A lot of vagina.
A lot of vagina is great. Then we watched, the second one, which is a severely low meh.
It's so bad.
It's not. It just doesn't live up to nearly the goodness that was the first one. It relies too heavily on Fat Bastard, who has lines that I still remember to this day, but overdone and a lot of poop jokes.
A lot.
So many poop jokes.
Fat Bastard's almost like offensive. Like I remember just watching it and I'm just like, this is not.
That's the part that's offensive.
Well, dude, like he's that whole character doesn't hit as much as it used to.
Yeah,
like his still nostalgia for some of his lines, right? Because
him marching around, him being the only bagpipe player. Why is there even a bagpipe player guarding Austin's frozen capsule? We'll never know. It doesn't matter.
Semantics.
Him pulling out like the drill bit from the bagpipes. Also great. Like there is legitimately great moments with that character.
Look, you guys are upset about Fat Bastard, but Mini-Me is also a character in that movie, and they are not kind to him whatsoever.
They are not kind to Mini-Me. He is basically a feral animal the entire time. I kind of feel a little bit bad for Vern Troyer.
Right?
A little bit.
But then Goldmember comes around and it redeems some things. Way less Fat Bastard usage, which works, I think, for some of it. They do some fun jokes with Mini-Me. He feels more like a character and less of an animal. So that's
Goldmember's not that funny though.
Goldmember's not that funny.
I don't think he's funny at all.
I think Fat Bastard is mildly funny. I don't think
Goldmember's not funny
at all.
He's gross.
But
so gross.
Michael Caine.
But Michael Caine is a legend. And them having like the Cockney talk while sitting in front of all these ladies is excellent. There's
she shat on
a turtle. Is excellent. I still say that to this day. It's so great. So that one kind of flies right in the middle, mainly because Goldmember's not all that funny and it's kind of convoluted and a little bit too ridiculous. But then also there's the scene with Nathan Lane and it's great. So like there's so much. It's peaks and valleys for Goldmember. It's more peaks for International Man of Mystery, and it's mainly valleys for The Spy Who Shagged Me. And
I like that they make Frau a better character in the third one as well.
Yes.
She's a much better character in the third one.
Lies!
And
Jerry Springer is a big part of that.
Jerry Springer.
Oh my God.
the opening with Steven Spielberg.
Oh man!
And actually, that whole opening scene.
Yeah,
that's
the
what made
whole opening scene is great, and the closing scene when it's John Travolta for some reason, you're like, what are you doing?
But I saw the opening scene on Twitter. Somebody had posted the opening scene. And it made me want to watch them all again, so I watched them all. That's why I watched them like last summer or something.
Yeah, I think it was around that time too. It was like we were talking about, and we just kind of put it fell off our radar, and then, anyways, that's what we did. So there you go, man. It's all of Austin Powers.
There's supposed to be a fourth one.
I don't believe.
I know
that.
he didn't want to do it because Vern Troyer is no longer with us. But I think the money truck it's there.
The money truck might be backing up into his driveway as we speak.
Must be coming in.
That'll be something.
He's got all that SNL money now, and
this is true.
The liberal money.
This is true.
The Liberal Party
so
of Canada
much
money.
liberal money.
This is true. I think he also just made a shitload when he had to stand there beside Kanye West that one time. I'm sure he was paid handsomely to deal with that cringe awkwardness that still lives in my head rent free.
Yeah. Well, he's also bringing Shrek back too, right?
Yes. Well, they're bringing Toy Story back, Dave. What the fuck more do we have to say?
Yeah, but Toy Story 4 came out a little more recently than the last Shrek movie and the last Austin Powers movie.
That is very true.
You want to know how long ago the last Austin Powers movie came in?
Yeah.
I had to be Tony's adult accomplment.
That's cute.
That's how old that movie is.
That's cute. That's cute. I love that.
I have the Vista. Is it the Vista film? Infinity DVD.
Infinity film DVD.
Yeah, of Goldmember. Wow. Still have it. Yeah.
Wow.
Does it work?
We're gonna find out tonight. Because I'm watching Goldmember.
Yes. Good.
Anyways, you're upset about John Travolta.
I wasn't upset about John Travolta. I was like, oh fuck, it's John Travolta. I was upset about Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey.
That jump scare was a lot.
Let's put in a content warning. Kevin Spacey jump scare.
Yeah, because it does a whole pan up too, and it was like that. But also Danny DeVito as Mini-Me, excellent casting,
perfect casting.
Yeah.
Like pitch perfect. You can't.
That's it. If he's bringing him back, put Danny DeVito in it.
You can't get better than that.
It'd be the weirdest meta joke that they could make at this point, but
I'm sure if you're making an Austin Powers 4, you're gonna have to make it for people who watch those movies. You can't just make. Obviously, part of it, a good chunk of it's gonna be, oh, he's on a date again, whoa, wacky. But they're obviously gonna have to make jokes. That people who watch them would.
Or they take it the serious route of like Bond's been so serious recently.
Yeah,
it'll be a serious movie.
Well, they got cut. They got put in a corner. The people who made Bond, like the Bond producers, because it's fucking Austin Powers, and then they ended up redoing an Austin Powers joke.
Yeah,
just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, very good.
Tony.
So I get worst. Surprise, surprise. I always watch really bad movies.
You sure do.
This one was for Hill Stinkfest. But it did star our Lord and Savior, Mr. Nicolas Cage.
Oh boy.
Cheers.
Cheers to that man. I'm talking about the new film that just came out recently on VOD. Gunslingers.
So dropped to VOD for a reason?
Well, like it's a straight to DVD. It's a straight to video Nicolas Cage movie. I don't know. I don't know what we're all expecting here.
And it's got Heather Graham, who was in his Lowest Man movie.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Little 6 degrees of separation there. Steven Dorff is in it too.
Yeah.
And then
not selling it.
No, not selling it. And then like a who's who of that guys.
Okay.
Also Sylvester Stallone's daughter is in it. Starring as the daughter of Nicolas Cage.
Cool.
Nicolas Cage has cross glasses.
He brought those from home.
He brought those from home, obviously.
Yeah.
And what else? He has some stupid. He's talking like I don't know what he's doing, but he's talking like he's like gasping for his last like breath.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And it's like.
He's always about to die.
Always. And he's like kind of a pacifist at first too. Yeah. So then and then he has his big moment. Anyways, quick overview of the plot.
Did he dabble in pacifism and back in Nam?
It was the Old West. So like whatever the equivalency of Nam was in the Old West. Maybe
Civil
like
War?
The Civil War. Let's go with that.
Dabbled in pacifism during the Civil War.
Yeah. Not Nam, of course.
Of course not Nam.
The War of 1812.
Yeah.
The Boer War.
The Boer. I was literally about to say the Boer War. Anyways, so this movie, small town, girl comes in, she's running from something. Guy comes in looking for a woman. Guy's actually the brother of one of the big guys in the town.
Sure.
And army against the town, and there you go.
And the town wins.
Gunfight at the OK Corral.
All right.
That's it.
Oh,
that's the whole film.
All right.
Is Nic Cage in it for a chunk of the movie at least?
He is a very strong supporting character.
Not like that other random movie he was in.
Oh God.
Oh, Arcadian.
Yeah,
where he's
that
like
one.
gone. He's like benched 20 minutes into the movie and he doesn't come back till the end.
I'm just not. I didn't bother watching it.
Yeah, it was great.
What's the point?
Don't do
That's
it.
the point. I'm still going to do it because I need to up my Nic Cage numbers.
boy.
And that's what I was starting to notice, that Willem Dafoe was trying to get a little like creeping on Nick Cage. I was like, oh, I gotta up my Nick Cage
Yeah, you
numbers.
bring your Cage back up.
But yeah, this movie, definitely skip it. It's not one of his better ones, and I've seen a bunch of his direct to video ones, and some of them aren't actually bad. Some of them are actually kind of enjoyable for what they are. But this one you can definitely skip.
All right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Cage Rage.
About a 6.
I can live with a 6 Cage Rage.
6. He has a big moment where it's just like you see his up, and I was just like, okay, I'm just waiting, just flick the switch, baby, come on, and then it happens, and I was just like, yeah, okay, like that could have been better. Like he's done better.
Sound like a 6.
It's a 6. It's because he's still.
Middling,
I don't want to.
Fine.
I don't want to. What do you call it? I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to ruin the moment.
That's
It's literally the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Laundry. All right.
There we
Laundry.
go.
All right.
There you
All
go.
right.
Yeah,
All
laundry.
right. All
There
right.
you
All
go.
right.
There you go. That's what we do. We're going to become the Laundry Cast podcast with the Finger Guns Laundry Cast.
Mm-hmm.
We got movies for you. You got laundry to fold. We got movies for you.
Maybe that just starts to be our new gimmick. Or is it worth watching and paying attention, or is it worth doing laundry to?
That's fine. We had a scale before of does it fuck? So, I mean, that can always come back.
We could, but I feel like there's certain movies where you're like, do you really want to say that?
Yeah.
I feel like if we talk about another film like No Other Land, do we really want to be like, does that movie fuck? And it's like, not the words I would use to describe that film.
What was that other movie that we saw? What was it? She Says or something?
Oh, She Said.
She's
not a good one.
Not a good one.
Can't say that movie did that.
Not a good one to.
Not a good one.
Good
use
laundry
that.
movie though.
Excellent laundry.
That would be a very good laundry movie, yes, but not a good one to use with that terminology.
Not the other metric. Anyway, that's our best, my worst. Do we want to be spooky or do we want to be screeny?
Screeny.
Let's do some screeners.
It's screener time. The movie's not even out yet. You cannot watch it. We'll tell you if it's any good. Screener time.
So, gentlemen, hit me. What are we talking about?
You want to go first?
Why don't we just do the Yeah, I'll go first.
You go first.
So I rewatched one of the films that we watched at not Fantasia, Tribeca.
Ooh, Tribeca.
Starring a very good actor and favorite of ours, Steve Buscemi. I'm talking about the film called Psychotherapy, the shallow tale of a writer who decided to write about a serial killer.
I remember that.
Why did they add the extra psychotherapy to it? Was it not a long enough title to start with?
No.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I don't get it.
Dave.
I really don't get it. But
like, was the people who titled the movie, were they just watching fucking Star Wars that day and fucking Adam Driver came up?
More. Literally,
needed a scroll for the title.
So we saw this movie back in June.
In June of for
2024.
Yeah, and I remember it being one of my favorites of Tribeca, one of the stronger ones in my opinion.
Yeah,
and I've seen it again, and I think I'm changing my tune a little bit.
Okay,
it gets a little dry near the back half of the movie, I think the movie solely rests on Britt Lower.
Yeah.
Her deadpan and straight, like she is the beating heart of that movie for sure. Works. For those of you who don't remember Shallow Tale, quick overview. He's a writer. Mm-hmm. He's a writer having some marriage problems. He inadvertently runs into a serial killer who wants him to write a book about him. He brings him home, inadvertently getting the attention of his wife, and then he passes him off as a marriage counselor.
Yeah.
And hilarity basically ensues.
Yeah. Right? And it does.
To a certain point.
It is funny for the most part.
It's dark. And it's bleak, and that ending is still very weird.
Yep. I do remember that being a very strange ending.
It involved a bathroom, right?
Yeah, the bathroom, right? And it just gets really real really quickly.
Yeah,
and then they just kind of yada it, and then they go, and then they leave out with Neanderthals.
I was about to ask that black and white bullshit.
Yeah, the black and white bullshit still at the end. Is still at the end. Don't get me wrong, Steve Buscemi, fucking awesome. Oh, yeah. He's just being Steve Buscemi.
Yeah. When is Steve Buscemi not awesome?
Right? And our boy John
Magaro.
John Magaro. He was very good too.
John, because I'm immediately going to say Lithgow.
I'm glad we weren't going to think of the other John. You're to say.
Your other boy John, not my boy John.
James's boy John,
my best pal and buddy.
He came up in a job interview I just recently had.
Oh Jesus! But anyways, it is what it is. I'm glad that this is finally coming around. Almost a year after we saw it. Yeah, I'm glad that people are going to be able to see it. It's a laundry movie. I would, if you're interested in this kind of thing, it is a very niche movie, but it's a very different movie, something that you wouldn't normally see. Yeah. And it plays out in a very unconventional way, and I think that's very fresh. And if you're into
genuinely still remember parts of it, so that
of course
it has some staying power, which is good.
Definitely. That's what I say.
So that one's on VOD and digital now.
Nice.
I guess I can go next, and I want to talk about Havoc, which is coming out on Netflix this Friday.
Cool.
And it stars Tom Hardy.
Yes.
Timothy.
My boy Tom.
I want to say. I just want to call him Ollie Fantastic, which is a deep cut that some people might understand and others won't. But Timothy Olyphant also has Forrest Whitaker.
Oh man,
random,
interesting, and in a bit part, Luis Guzman.
Luis Guzman.
Yes.
Oh man. Guzman. Who's this directed by, Dave?
So this movie is directed by Gareth Evans, who you will remember
from such great films as
The Raid and The Raid 2.
I do remember this.
Yes. So this film has been in production for the better part of the last half decade.
Oh no!
It's been around for
production
a bit.
hell.
It's been in production hell for a bit. He's had to recut it a little bit, and it's finally coming out. I've had this on my radar for quite some time. Anyways, Dirty Cops, obviously. A drug deal goes bad, and the mayor's son is involved, and they think that he did it,
right?
But he didn't. And Tom Hardy needs to go find him before the bad people find him.
Okay.
Before the bad people. Yeah. Before the worst people find him.
Yeah, he's got to go save the kid from certain death.
Yes.
Got it.
From certain death. And
the kid is Forrest Whitaker, right?
It's Forrest Whitaker's son.
Oh, okay.
Forrest Whitaker's son. Sure. He's with his girlfriend. Oh. They were trying to pay off a debt. For some reason, they throw a washing machine at a police officer. I don't know.
A whole washing machine?
A whole washing machine. Yeah.
Wow. It's a new one.
Right.
It's a new one.
Okay.
It's a new one. All of this to say, any scenes involving cars where you're not inside the car look very cartoony and CGI-ish. And I'm not sure if it's supposed to look so comic booky and so like arts. Like,
is it based on one?
No.
Okay.
Like arty type thing, because the rest of the backgrounds don't quite follow that same. Because it felt like Sin City,
right?
Like that Sin City style. But the rest of the movie doesn't feel like that.
Oh,
so it's like weird.
So I don't know if committed to an idea.
They have committed to that idea, and then some of the other backgrounds are very like
interesting.
Tony's fucking volume nonsense.
Sure.
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The volume.
The
It's
volume.
on the volume.
It's on the volume.
Because you hate the volume. It's shot
fuck.
on the volume. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna watch it. Not even gonna watch it.
Tony's
So
gonna see the
basically,
signs.
anything that's happening in the margins,
Sure.
and for most of the movie, bullshit. I didn't like it at all. I was like, "What am I watching?"
Yeah.
And then there's a fight scene in a club that is like, "Oh yeah, I forgot that the guy who made the raid did this."
Yeah.
Because then you're like, "Oh, the body doesn't supposed. Oh, that body is not supposed to do that. Oh, that hole shouldn't be there. Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it." And then he's with the girlfriend, and she's doing fucking moves like our boy would. What's our boy's name from the raid?
Eco.
Like Eco and Watts would do, and you're like, but you didn't show that she knew how to do these moves. So why is she doing these things?
Is Eco in it?
He's not in it.
Oh, that's a shame.
He's not in it. And then later in the film, there's I guess a raid scene on like a cabin in the woods.
Sure.
And my God, gentlemen, I didn't know shotguns could be used so creatively.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right, I'm back in.
So there are
in.
two extended scenes in this movie. One is about the middle-ish, and one is at the end, the third act.
Yeah.
And they more than make up for the bullshit surrounding the rest of the movie.
Interesting. Okay.
Where you're just like, oh, right.
Yeah.
This is suddenly fucking vicious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suddenly like, what the hell? And there's also
Okay.
a scene where he kind of does like we already mentioned Defoe, like a Defoe and Boondock Saints, where he's like in the middle of, he's like imagining the crime scene and he's in the middle of it. They do that. And I was like,
love
no.
it.
No.
There was a firefight.
No.
Oh.
I love it.
All right.
No.
Fine.
So it is a disappointing film.
Yeah.
But on the same hand, there's also
some good in there.
Some real good parts in this movie where you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me like.
So since it's on Netflix, we think it's like a laundry movie. What you have to pause your laundry folding at a certain point and just sit there and enjoy it.
Yeah, that would.
That's it.
That seems like a good spot to say, where you can just be like, yada yada yada. Oh yes, I need to start paying attention again.
Put the undies down for a second. Let me just watch this for a quick. Okay, that's over. All right, now I can go back.
You
to
will
folding.
know the parts when you see them.
Love
it is definitely worth watching for fans of Gareth Evans. Just go in with lower expectations. As somebody else put it on Twitter, Mad Dog.
Yeah.
And how they brought him back as another character in the sequel.
Yeah.
There's no Mad Dog character. So it's like if there was a Mad Dog character, I think it would have just upped the stakes that much more.
Right. So it's kind of lacking on that side. Yeah, I get it.
It's lacking Mad Dog.
Lacking the Mad Dog.
It's like Wish.com, The Raid.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. But yeah, worth watching. Just very lower your expectations.
Okay.
Immensely.
I can get behind that. I can dig that.
Yes. But yeah. So why don't we continue with another film that's coming out this week in theaters, Tony? Why don't we talk about Cheech and Chong's last movie?
Oh man.
Absolutely.
Yes. Talk to me about the Cheech and the Chong.
Before you start, I don't know how I didn't know this before, but Tommy Chong is Chinese Canadian?
Yes.
How did I not know this?
I don't know. I've known that
was
for years.
That was an interesting fact.
Yeah.
That was an interesting factoid that I learned from watching this movie, and that Cheech's first name is not Cheech, it's actually Richard.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it should be Cheech. But even finding out that Chong's first name was Tommy, you're like, oh, all right. I guess they have to have a normal name.
So there's really not much to this movie.
Sure.
It's literally just a telling of Cheech and Chong from the beginning to the end.
How they became cannabis buddies.
How they became cannabis buddies, how they started to do stand-up, and how that led to movies and movie after movie and changes in position, and then there's a downfall, and then there's a resolution.
Sure. Not much of a resolution, more of a yada yada yada, like let's play to the cameras kind of thing.
Okay. I want to know how much is like real of this movie and how much is like kind of like they're phoning it in.
I don't think they're phoning it in. I just think that it's very some of it's telegraphed, and you can see that they're trying to get into like the deeper stuff, where there is more conflict, but they don't really do much with it.
Surface level.
It's very surface level, and there's some interest. Like the whole thing is set up as like they're driving in the desert to some place called The Joint. Of course.
Yeah.
And they're kind of replaying what's happening type thing, and then it cuts to animated footage of what they're describing.
Sure.
Or it cuts to
it's like story time with
stock footage,
archival footage,
or it cuts to them being interviewed on their own.
Got it.
And it's like talking. It's like talking heads over what's happening, kind of thing.
But you don't really get like some of the important characters show up for bit parts,
right?
Like Tommy Chong's ex-wife shows up for a minute, and then his current wife shows up for a little bit type thing, and then Lou Adler shows up for a while. But like they don't really. It's just very gimmicky, and they don't really give anything to the film or kind of like. Make it
meant to be a documentary.
It's like a documentary and like an ode and kind of like a celebration of their careers.
Sure,
like almost like a tribute to their careers.
But it's 2 hours long.
That's long,
and they don't meet or their story like. Them talking about how they grew up and stuff, like to the point where they meet, doesn't happen until like 40 minutes into the movie.
Good Lord,
there's a lot of filler in the beginning.
It's not even the filler; it's just like there's a lot of background stuff.
Yeah,
and then when they finally get to them, it's like they spend enough time on them being stand-up icons.
Yeah,
but then they yada yada through the rest.
Okay, got it.
And then they yada yada through the trials and tribulations, and then it just kind of ends where their movies end.
Yeah.
And then like they kind of play to some of the hits in the credits. Like they're kind of showing like who Cheech became. Like Cheech is more of an icon now, and like some of the things he's been doing for Chicanos type thing.
Yeah.
And fucking Tommy Chong went to jail, and he was on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
But they don't really talk about any of that nonsense.
Right.
Okay. And they don't really talk about how Cheech is like an actual icon outside of Cheech and Chong now. Like he's his own thing. Like Tommy Chong is still very much attached to Cheech and Chong, but Cheech is his own brand now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think that it's too long.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining enough, but they don't. I think they could have trimmed some of the stuff and added more in other places.
Yeah.
The focus need to be readjusted. I didn't need 40 minutes of their introduction and how their childhood and how they came to be. We didn't need that. That could have been like 10, 20, like 10 minutes max. But then focus, them coming together and then their stand up and then their movies and stuff. But then don't just stop when their movies stop, because like there's so much after that.
Yeah,
exactly what they said. They did other things,
because it kind of ends in like the 80s ish.
Oh, weird.
After the last movie that they did that bombed.
Yeah, and it kind of ends there, but then it doesn't talk about them coming back together later. It doesn't talk about Cheech like becoming muses with Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, exactly,
and becoming like doing his own thing.
Yeah,
like wasn't Cheech on fucking what was that Don Johnson show?
Nash Bridges.
Yeah,
and that was on for like. What, 20 years? Who the fuck knows how long that show was on forever?
Yeah.
But it's just like there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
And I would have
kind of left it alone.
More of that. And then if you're only going to tell this one little segment, then you should have just focused on the segment.
Yeah.
Instead of dragging out one section and then not bothering with another.
Got it.
So I still learned, like I said, I still learned some things, and there's still some interesting things there. And I added a litany of fucking Cheech and Chong movies to my fucking watch list now.
Keep in mind, they were playing like 4 or 5 minute clips from the movies. At like one point, I was just like, I'm just watching the beginning of Up in Smoke. And I watched it, Up in Smoke before this, and I was like, I don't fucking get it.
Yeah.
I really don't get it. And then I watched the documentary and I was like, I still don't get it. What? I was like,
Still,
sure, okay.
sure.
But I was looking on Letterboxd and it does, if you're looking at their ratings and stuff, a couple of their later movies are actually rated a little bit better than Up in Smoke. They needed to find their fitting.
Wow.
And that makes sense because they did the first one with Lou Adler, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, Tommy Chung took over as director, and then I feel like that would take off because they're having
a little bit more control.
Exactly.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh. Unfortunate, I guess.
Some good, some bad. Some bad.
Yeah. If you're a fan of Cheech and Chong, obviously you guys that's what this movie was made for, fans. But if you're just an occasional person, or if you just know them from like the zeitgeist that is Cheech and Chong, then I would skip it.
Yeah. Fair enough. Mm-hmm. Next.
Yeah, why don't we talk about another film that's on, I believe it's on Blu-ray now. It was definitely in limited release, but it should be available now just for everybody to see. And we had mentioned it a few weeks ago, or we gave a little hint about it, if you were paying attention. It's Bruce LaBruce's latest joint, and it's called The Visitor. And since he hasn't spoken too much in screener time, I feel like we owe it to James to tell us, what's The Visitor about?
What the fuck is The Visitor about?
So, a little inside baseball on this one. Tony had watched it already.
Yeah.
And then I watched it. And James said James didn't get to it.
Yeah.
But I vetoed talking about this on the last podcast because I needed James to see it before we spoke about it. And now that you have seen it, I am so fucking excited to speak about The Visitor.
The best I can summarize this movie is an alien comes to Earth. It lands on the shores of Britain. Actually, I'm going to say it this way. An alien lands on the shores of Britain. That is the best way that I can describe that. And he is ingratiated into a family, and he changes that family's lives forever. I think that is the only way that I could explain this succinctly.
A stranger washes up on shore and washes up into a bourgeoisie family.
That'll work too.
And changes their lives forever.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of ironic that I know this podcast isn't coming out until Friday when you're going to be able to listen to it, but we're recording it on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And today is the birthday of John Waters.
Yes.
And if I remember, I don't know if I remember this right or if I'm just imagining it, but I feel like this is his kind of movie.
Oh, homie. This is the first thought I had. So after you get through the opening, which is seizure-inducing in points.
The whole movie's seizure-inducing.
And you get to the first sort of scene outside of after the title hits, and it's just her walking up the street. I was like, this is a John Waters movie. This is just a John Waters movie. Like, everything about this just is screaming John Waters. In so many ways, shapes, and forms. And it only gets more depraved from there.
It's I don't really know what words to describe it using, because it's...
I don't know.
It's a comedy, and it's an art piece, and it's drama, and it's also a hardcore porno.
Yeah.
Like, fluids are spilled, orifices are penetrated.
So much. Lube is used in buckets.
He is so wet.
Yeah. Not wet, Dave. Not wet. Goopy.
Oh my god.
He is the definition of goop in this movie.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm sorry.
Insane.
I'm sorry if this is spoiling it or whatever. But the dad has a threesome with the alien and his daughter.
Yeah.
And then he also has a threesome with the alien and his son.
Yep.
In which somebody fucks somebody's foot.
Yeah,
like I'm talking like there's a hole in somebody's foot. Like fucking, like it's we're not talking like feet fucking. Like there's a hole and there's a new orifice appears on this guy's foot and it gets fucked.
Yeah.
But he never has sex with his wife.
This is true.
He fucks the kids, but he doesn't have sex with his wife. What?
So you go through this, and you know what? And you're just like, I don't understand how much more fucked up this movie can get at this point. Like, I even hesitate calling it a movie at this point. It is more.
Oh, it's art, James. This is a capital
this
is
a visual art piece,
avant-garde visual
to the
art
max.
piece. There's literal interstitials during these graphic sex scenes that are screaming at you like messages.
Yeah, I thought
and
that
I was just like,
odd.
what the fuck? Like, this should be playing in a gallery, not in my living room.
Yeah.
Like,
legit.
This is gallery performance art. Like, and especially because after all of those scenes, and before we get to whatever the fuck happens at the end, the movie stomps itself dead
part.
to have a conversation around a dinner table where they're just telling the stranger how much he changed their life, like just telling them what you should have picked up from the preceding hour that you just sat through, and they're just yelling it at him. And I was like, what? Am I in the Museum of Modern Art? Like, where the fuck am I? Like, why is this happening in front of my face? I got this. I got it. 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 I don't know.
But did you?
Put your pants back on.
But did you?
I got it. No, I got it. I got it.
You know what? You know what, James? I'm not going to spoil what happens in another scene because you've really got to see it to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But the hardcore sex and some of the goopy graphic things that happen there didn't disgust me as much as the opening dinner scene did.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Again, straight out of a John Waters cookbook. Like, I don't understand.
Like, it's not even, like, James, I think Sallow was more tame than that.
And that's funny that he brings up Sallow because I watched the
You watched Sallow?
No, I didn't watch Sallow.
Damn it, Tom.
Pasolini's Theorem.
Yeah.
Yes, which this is a remake
Which
of.
is this is a remake of. And
Right.
if you think this movie's a trip, that movie I can't even explain it.
But
I
Terrence
can't.
Stamp plays the alien, right?
And he's just like, and they make it known that there's only 900. This is in the letterbox, and I find it fucking ridiculous. There are 940 words spoken, and they all count. That is the tagline in the movie because it's a lot of just It's literally just a lot of staring and a lot of wandering, and a lot of pondering, and I don't know.
A lot of hardcore graphic sex.
No, not as egregious of where the fuck the visitor is.
It's not egregious, Tony. It is graphic. It is in your face. It is. You know what? When we asked for this film. Shout out to the PR company. When we asked to cover this film, they did give me a warning and said, it's a Bruce LaBruce movie. If you don't know what you're in for, watch this trailer first. Just so you're prepared.
Yeah. I didn't even bother. I didn't watch the trailer.
I didn't watch anything about it.
Let's fucking give her.
I watched the trailer. I watched the trailer. I was like, yeah, this looks like fun. I didn't tell you guys anything about it.
You know, at least we didn't have to sign a waiver like that one chuckle fuck.
Yeah. Black-Eyed Susan.
Yeah, was that?
God.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, is it art? Yes. Is it a movie? No.
There's a narrative.
There's some narrative.
There's a loose, very, very thin, thin plot.
I think it is one of the top avant-garde films we've covered on this podcast.
Oh, for sure. Oh, sure. Oh, you betcha.
I'm not sure Bruce LaBruce is for me. I'm not sure. I respect
I love that you're saying I'm not sure.
I respect the hell out of this movie.
Oh yeah.
Its
existence makes me happy in a place I can't explain.
It is unlike anything I have seen this year for sure.
It's like anything. It's like nothing I've ever seen or probably will since.
Oh, I'm sure we're gonna watch. I'm sure we're gonna watch something else that's fucked up. Where we're gonna be like, you know what? This makes the visitor look like child's play.
We need on a scale of 1 to the visitor. How fucked up? What's our fucked up scale?
Oh God!
Oh my God!
I feel like this movie will be coming back around at the end of the year.
God.
So, all of this said, do you recommend The Visitor?
Honestly, fucking drop some mushrooms, like maybe some acid.
I can't
and
I can't say that because I'm worried someone's gonna die of a seizure, Tony.
Okay,
That's
so
fair.
fine. Okay.
No acid. The trigger warning that I have to put on front of this is epilepsy.
Yeah.
Like,
see?
That's a good trigger warning.
Also, it starts with an air raid horn, so if you have any PTSD from like war-torn cities, be careful with that. I started that movie and it was a little bit too loud, and Nithya thought there was a fucking it was the Blitz. And
That's fair. That is
so there's that warning. But yeah, mushrooms maybe. Other things, I don't know.
It is a trip.
It is a trip.
Honest to God, you've heard it here. We've given you the warning. Don't watch anything.
No,
just go. Just do it. Just go in.
You need to know that it is very avant-garde, and it is very gross and very goopy. I would watch this again before I'd watch Black Eyed Susan.
Oh yeah,
I would not touch Black Eyed Susan with a 10-foot. I never want to revisit that movie ever. I want to bury that movie. I want to buy it from Vinegar Syndrome so I can bury it.
yeah. I agree with you. And if you're asking,
challenge accepted.
I love this a lot. If you're asking me who I would recommend this to, are you an art gallery? Yes, I recommend it to you. Are you a regular human at home? No. Have you listened to every single word that we have said in the past? I'm not sure, about 3.5 minutes to 5 minutes at this point about this movie, and you're curious? Do it. Do not look up anything though, and just run into this headfirst screaming like I did, and it's a trip and a half. But
it's not for everybody.
It is not for everybody. It is not even, I would even put an extra caveat. It's not for everybody. It's for a very few amount of people.
It's for the sickos, man. It's one for the sickos.
I don't even know if it's for the sickos, Tony. I think it's for like the sickos.
Yeah. It is for people that look at this and go, wow. Snaps all around. Wow. Beautiful. Cinema.
Oh,
but I appreciate that.
Is Bruce LaBruce for you?
I am 100% sure that he is not.
What about you, Tony? Is Bruce LaBruce for you?
To be honest with you, if I was invited to the screening of this featuring Bruce LaBruce giving a Q&A, I would go. I would go.
I know going into that though. He's not for me, and that's okay. He doesn't have to be. I'm willing to accept challenging cinema. But he's not for me, and that's fine. I've made peace with this. I'm okay with it.
I think I'll give him one more chance.
Okay. The Visitor 2?
By the end of this year, I will have seen one more Bruce LaBruce movie. What it is, I don't know. Yeah. Whichever one I can find.
The one with the guy from Shepherds.
It might be that one. It might be something else. Who knows?
Oh, boy.
Either way, like I was saying, I respect the audacity of this movie existent in its existence. I respect the hell out of the fact that that people have seen this movie, that this movie played on a screen.
Yeah. In a theater? Yeah.
And I would love to speak to Bruce LaBruce, Mr. LaBruce, about this film. Yeah. So, open invitation to him if he wants to speak to us about this film. But there are about 157,000 caveats I would put in front of this. But if you just want to see something that's daring and audacious and sexually explicit to the max, check it out.
Yeah. I will say Bruce LaBruce's films, I'm going to add a caveat. Films are not for me. Bruce LaBruce might be for me. Maybe he's a lovely man to talk to. I don't know. We'll find out.
I'm sure. You know what? I look forward to finding out.
Yeah, me too.
Tony, get Bruce LaBruce on the horn.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm doing this.
So it's a screener time then.
Yes.
We got one more in the Shutter Minute.
Yes.
Let's do a Shutter Minute then.
Spooky.
Evil lurking deep inside, its darkness knows no limit. So listen closely if you dare. This is the Shudder Minute.
So, Monsieur,
literally Taylor Fry. I'm gonna tip my hat to my good pal Dave for the Shutter Minute. Dave's Good pal, Dave.
Not just your brother?
No, hey, your
Good pal. You're
Comrade
good.
in arms?
No.
Good pal, Dave.
Ain't your pal, friend?
Dave's got the Shutter Minute this time.
Buddy.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
All right, switching it up.
We're switching it up. So
Cute.
we're going
What do you
with
got
a
for
film that was at Sundance, and it's currently in theaters in the U.S.
Right.
I believe it played at TIFF for a week by the time that this podcast is out. I don't think it's playing there anymore.
Yeah.
It's coming out in the UK today, Friday.
Sure.
I believe it's on digital in May, and
Right.
then it is going to be on Shudder later this year. It's a film called
That is
The
a fuckload of release dates.
Ugly Stepsister.
Okay.
And it is Norwegian.
I love this already. Sign me up.
And it is a strange retelling of the Cinderella story.
You don't say.
But it's more from Cinderella's more of a supporting character. This is more from
You don't say.
from the viewpoint of one of the stepsisters.
Yeah. Got it.
So the dad died. The stepmother marries the father. She has an older stepsister, an older daughter, and a very younger daughter. They marry. The dad dies, and the prince is going to have a ball.
Sure.
Wants all the virgins to come to the ball so he can pick his wife.
Okay.
It's a lot more sexual than the Disney ones.
Yeah.
And she obviously wants her older daughter to marry the prince,
Of course.
who also is infatuated with the prince because she has a book of his poems,
Sure.
whatever. But she's quote unquote ugly. She just has a very bad. In retrospect, she just has very bad hair.
Okay.
So they want
it qualifies.
So they want to make her a little prettier.
Yeah, sure.
And shit gets gross.
Oh.
It is nasty.
Body horror style.
It's not like depraved body horror. It's not like that one. I thought of that one that we watched a few months ago, the New Zealand one.
Grafted.
I thought of that film, and I kind of thought of Raw when I was watching this.
Mm-hmm.
And I also thought of the Disney Cinderella remake with Lily James.
Oh, yes.
Which I
Yeah.
literally just watched.
Oh, fun.
Not horrible.
Oh.
Not horrible.
I have it on Blu-ray.
Saying something.
Yeah. Well, they tried to do something different. They didn't just retell the same fucking movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's a bit of a slow burn of depravity and ghoulish shenanigans.
Yeah.
And another graphically sexual movie.
Oh.
But I thought it was well done. I
Okay.
didn't love it the way I wanted to, and it doesn't get as gross as I wanted it to.
Right.
But there's definitely parts where I was like, oh yeah, this is what I was looking forward to. And you're just like, there's one scene that involves eyeballs, and I was like,
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
And there was a rumor
Not
that
a
somebody
fan.
vomited in the aisle at Sundance,
Oh,
which has
shit.
not been truly substantiated or
Right.
not. But I feel like it might have been during this scene involving eyeballs.
It could have been because that's yike.
And it gets gross. It gets very, very gross. And the lead actress, I'm just gonna call her Leah Mathilde Scar Myron. She
Sure.
plays Elvira, who is the titular ugly stepsister.
Got it.
She is awesome in this movie.
Oh,
she's
great.
great. She
Great.
goes through a gamut of all sorts of bullshit, and she gets so much fucking shit flung at her, but she just keeps on swinging,
Nice.
and she is awesome in it,
Cool.
as well as Anne Dahl Torp, who plays Rebecca, who is the stepmother,
Oh, okay.
who they amp up as an evil bitch. The evil bitch she is.
Like truly
Like
evil.
Like she is truly evil. Like fucking
Like-
Kate Blanchett was serving cunt in the Cinderella remake.
Yeah.
Like this bitch is fucking a monster.
Yeah.
And she is truly evil and excellent in this film. It's definitely worth watching. Again, it's Norwegian. Just to kind of put that out there. So
Gotcha.
we keep throwing warnings out there.
Yeah.
So
It's Norwegian.
it's Norwegian. And it's super gross, but it's
Yeah.
not as gross as it could have been.
right.
And I think it's a touch too long, but I enjoyed the hell out of watching this one.
Okay.
On terms of the substance.
It's not quite that.
Okay.
It's not quite that. I have seen that there were some comparisons to The Substance, but I think it's literally just because The Substance was the last major body horror movie.
Right.
But I literally just named off Grafted, which I think is much more closer in body horror to this.
Makes sense.
Fair enough.
Because it's about sexual identity. I think somebody was just riding a jet ski through your backyard. That was weird.
Probably an ATV.
Nice.
Weird. It's about female autonomy.
Okay.
And it's about kind of beauty standards. So I think that's where they're getting the comparisons to The Substance, but it is not it's not a monster movie type thing.
No,
and
okay,
it's not a fucking... It's not that.
Got it.
If you think you're going to see The Substance, get that out of your head. It's not that. It is very much a retelling of Cinderella from the point of view of the stepsister, and it gets nasty.
Nice.
Fair
enough.
All right.
Love it.
Yeah. So, Shut up.
Recommend? Go see it?
High recommend.
Nice.
I recommend. If you're into body horror, it's up your alley.
Into it. That'll be on the list.
He'll be on the list for sure.
So, then, without further ado, do you want to talk about our main movie tonight?
I do.
We're, of course, going to be talking about Ryan Coogler's new film starring Michael B. Jordan and Michael A. Jordan.
I was just going to say Michael B. Jordan squared.
Yes. Michael B. Jordan times 2, Sinners.
Yes.
Which is out right now everywhere. You can go see it everywhere.
It is, yes.
Setup. I'll do a little bit of a setup here. Michael B. Jordan plays twins who come back down south after being up in Chicago for a while. It's set in 1932 in Mississippi, I should mention.
I was going to say it's set in the 30s.
Set in the 30s, Mississippi. Come back down south, and they want to open up a black-only dance club. A juke joint. A juke joint, as it is. And they invite all their people there, and it's going off. It's having a good time. Things are happening. Some great music's being played, and then some visitors show up who would like to be invited inside. And hilarity ensues. No, shit hits the fan.
Shenanigans.
Real fucking quick. And
and it's not subtle. It's not subtle at all. Like, no. This is a vampire movie. It's a vampire movie, but the people who want to be let in are white.
Yeah.
Like, let's put that in there.
Yep. It's
not subtle.
No, it's a somehow even less subtle from Dusk Till Dawn. We got a bar / music joint. We got vampires. It's a bloodbath.
It's about so many more things, though. Like, From Dusk Till Dawn was a schlocky grindhouse movie.
We're at the simple premise part of it. If we're making some broad comparisons, we're not getting into the deeper thematics here. That's at a surface level. Now,
that's fair.
Underneath that onion layer is so much more.
So much. This movie is very deeply layered, a lot more layered than I thought it would be, and it's telling a lot of stories, and it's telling a lot of...
It's dealing with a lot of things without being overt about what it's dealing with. Like, It's not... At points, it's beating you in the face with the message a little bit. Like, they're white vampires that are... like, you're like, okay, I get that one.
White Irish vampires.
Yeah. That's happening right in your face. But there's so much else that has happened before that, like, if you weren't fully paying attention, or if you were just expecting a simple vampire movie, you'd be like, oh shit, okay, we're going to deal with this as well. All right, we'll just keep dealing with shit, I guess.
It's about music, and it's
about music. It's about
very much it's not a musical, but it's about music.
It's dealing with Jim Crow. It's dealing with lynchings. It's dealing with
the KKK,
the Klan. It's dealing with post Civil War freedom, but still very much segregated South. And through tales, much the same in the North, but in a very more sinister way from what you hear from the brothers when they come back. Like, it's dealing with a lot of things all on the surface. It's got great Asian American representation in the South as well, and they're speaking full, like there's no weird cheesy accent being thrown at you. They're just from the South. Like, what do you want from them?
Well, it says a lot that they're the only ones that are allowed in that are not black.
Yeah, exactly.
It's also dealing with passing as well because Haley.
Haley
Steinfeld's character. Is it Steinfeld or Stenfeld? Steinfeld.
Yeah.
Steinfeld. Her character is, and apparently in real life as well, I didn't know this, she has, her great-grandfather was black.
Yeah. Yeah, so it deals with that. It deals with otherness.
There's a good word for it. Otherness.
Yeah.
Otherness and trying to carve out a piece when other people want to take it away.
Correct. Yeah. Fighting for their own space.
Or
in
to make
a country that refuses to let them exist.
Yes. So it feels oddly contemporary.
Yep. Yeah.
Very timely.
Yeah.
Very timely film.
While also still being a vampire movie.
While also still being a
badass fucking...
Yeah.
Right? And I think the marketing does a little bit of a disservice. I knew it was a vampire movie before this.
Yeah.
Because I'd been reading up on it. So I was excited about it. But there's definitely some shots in the second trailer that definitely ruined part of the movie for you.
Yeah.
And that's what I was going to say. My main gripe, there was 2 big spoilers in the trailer. One that I wish I didn't see, and another one that like paints the character as a completely other person, right? Because like when I was watching it, I'll try and dodge around spoilers if you haven't seen the trailers. I was watching at the beginning, and then this character, female character, shows up, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Like I thought she was, and then sure enough, like it turns around, and then the part in the trailer, and I was just like, "Well, fuck, man! Like you just ruined that." Like they should have. I wish they just cut it. Like you almost don't even need that. You don't need those reveals. Yeah, they're big. They're kind of cool moments, but like you don't need that.
Yeah, you could have left it out and it would still be fun.
Exactly.
Like the
shock value.
The shot they show in the trailer is a great shot. Yeah. I know why it's in the trailer, but it definitely takes away from the film.
Yeah.
And takes away from some of the enjoyment if you already know that part. Like I don't think it ruins the movie in any sense. It's just I kind of wish
it just is like
that certain things
this is where we're at now.
Would have been a little less.
Exactly.
So all of this to say, I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I thought it was a little messy in certain instances. Like it seemed like Tony mentioned to me before we saw it that he heard it was a slow burn, and I don't think it's necessarily a slow burn.
No,
but it does move a little more methodically paced than I thought it would.
Absolutely. It is setting, like, it takes its time setting the table that you're going to sit and dine at. Like, it is like you are getting steeped in like, I was thinking the same thing while I was watching. I was like, all right, we are like really setting the scene here. Like, they introduced the fact that they want to open up a juke joint, and like, you know it's going to happen because if you've seen a trailer, you're like, okay, we know we're getting there at some point. But you're just kind of watching this movie unfold as they they set everything up, and it's like, hello, you're just kind of lulled into the world, kind of with open arms. You're getting introduced to every single character, and every single character that you meet is like multifaceted in a lot of ways. There's no sort of one note character in this.
No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Maybe the daughter of the grocery store owners, like who's so side character, it doesn't matter.
It's
anyway.
A side character.
But like anybody who's going to play any sort of role in this movie that is beyond a support is well fleshed out, and you get to know them all before the chaos
shit goes south. Yeah.
Everyone has so much chemistry, like it's oozing with chemistry. Each character, like there's no one better performance because they're all acting as a unit, and the way the camera just so moves effortlessly through this, telling this story. There's a lot of one takes in it too.
Yeah,
and it's absolutely fucking gorgeous. Me and Dave had the privilege of seeing it on 70mm IMAX, and oh boy, like the way the fucking aspect ratio goes up and then it goes like really, really tiny, and like it's fucking phenomenal. And
there's a scene with where the guitar player, the preacher boy, where he first plays in the juke joint.
Oh yeah.
And let's
it is
a remarkable piece of filmmaking. It's
you
like
can write essays
scene,
on that scene,
and it is amazing what he is able to accomplish in this scene. They keep saying that this kid can bring forth like the past and the future and the present, bring them all together, and you kind of see it in this scene. And at first, it's a little like, oh, this is a little odd. But then as it goes along, you're like, oh, I see what you're doing here. And it's remarkable. And like Tony said, in full aspect, 1 4x3, like it was.
Yeah. It was something to behold,
I feel like my soul came out of my body and was levitating from how incredible this was. Like, I want to see the movie again, but I would pay just to watch that scene over and over again.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, this is we're getting to it a little bit early before we recommend or tell you things, but like this is a movie you need to understand in IMAX. Whether you can make it out to a full frame 70 millimeter screening of it, or if you can just pop into your local theater that has a IMAX in it, which is what I did.
Yeah.
You get that same experience that when it expands out to take over the entire frame, you were just fucking blown away. It is insane what he's able to accomplish filming this piece of cinema. Like it's incredible. It's breathtaking.
It is. It really is.
And like because it's going from Panavision, so it's super wide.
Oh yeah, super wide,
super tall. It feels like it should be really jarring. But it's not. Like it's done so well and so correctly. It just seamlessly moves back and forth. Not always sliding, I would say. Like sometimes it's just a hard cut back, but it doesn't even matter. You're just like, yeah, this is fine. Like this is great. But honestly, this movie needs the biggest screen you can possibly find it on, and that is no hyperbole. Like this isn't like a huge Chris Nolan thing or a huge fucking whatever. But this movie needs and deserves an IMAX screen in whatever format you can get to.
It looks amazing. It's really unfortunate that there's so few 70 millimeter IMAX screens. They only have 10 of them in the world. And we have one close to us in Vaughan, and it's been plagued with problems. Like never ending. It seems like every day there's something wrong with it. Which kind of sucks for a lot of people. But if you have the privilege of being able to see it there or at another 70 millimeter IMAX screen that you're able to get to, like you should definitely do it. But what he's able to accomplish here is, you said a good word, breathtaking. It looks amazing. It's messy in certain parts.
It's not perfect.
Because some of the storytelling I think is a little messy, and near the end there's some characters that I wish got fleshed out a little bit more. Like Tony was talking about how well fleshed out they are, and I would agree, but there's some fleshy bits that I wish were there. And I know
at one point there's a character that makes a choice in this that I was just like, oh, come on. Like you're just it needs to happen, but you're just like, really? Like this is the dumbest thing you can make. And I get that now we're in horror movie land and a character has to make a really dumb choice, but it was frustrating. It was just like fair. Again, I think because of how great this movie is, it's one of those things where it's like it makes those moments a little bit more noticeable. Like in a horror movie, you would forgive that because like you're already kind of in that realm. Whereas this one, you don't want to forgive it as easily. You're just like, I know you have to do this, but fuck you for doing it. Like.
But then there's other stuff that's not horror or horror adjacent. Like there's a bit where Delroy Lindo, who's incredible in this film, and he's describing a friend of his getting lynched. And in other films, they would probably have some sort of recreation of this. But here, you're just hearing it kind of in the background. It's like a separate audio track because he's still talking over it.
But and it takes a bit for you to pick it up too. You're just like, is that what I'm hearing? And
but it's super effective. And I think it's really, really well done. And there's a lot of scenes like that in this that are really well done. And there's a lot of subtlety. There's definitely another scene that I read about afterwards. And I was like, oh, I probably should have noticed that. It's just very subtle and very well done. And just, I would think that this is probably his best film. His most accomplished film for sure. Like, he hasn't made a bad film. The Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is not great, but it's not bad.
It's still better. It's still better than most, I would say, most Marvel movies. I would say.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yes.
This, I think you said it best. This movie has tons of layers. We can talk about many aspects of it all day, and it deals with music in such a way. And I like the music, and again, this kind of goes back to the way that you got to experience this movie. But like, find the loudest room you could hear this in, because like, you know, sometimes we'll talk about that when it comes to like sound effects or sound editing, and it's like, oh man, like it really feels like you're in it. The music of this movie is a character in this movie itself. It is insane.
Well, Ludwig Göransson never misses.
Ludwig does not. But on top of like, it is so well crafted. It is so well designed. Every song that is written is so heartfelt and attached to a level of history that you cannot comprehend. And, you know, you mentioned that scene where he's playing a song, and it is literally interconnecting every single genre of music that has ever existed or will exist. And how much of that is, you know, been taken still from them, and constantly. The songwriting in this is incredible. The music of this is incredible. The heart and soul of it is the music, and it's so fucking well done.
I would totally agree. Yeah. And I think it also goes without saying that the newcomer here, his name is Miles Caden.
Yeah.
And he plays a big part of the music.
Yeah.
And he is spectacular,
man.
What a debut. What a debut.
Yeah. It crushes it. Knocks it out of the park. Also, when you were saying, you know, the relationships in this are great. You know, people have such great chemistry together. Michael B. Jordan also has great chemistry with himself, which is great and very difficult to pull off, I think, in a lot of cases.
Michael B. Jordan could have chemistry with like a board, and he would still fucking make it charming. Like he's the amount of charisma.
Stack, man, like, he's fucking,
and both characters having so much charisma,
and they're different.
Unique.
Yeah, they're very different.
So different.
You buy it immediately. You know you're looking at Michael B. Jordan twice, but you buy him as twins. You're just like, these are two different people, and you understand them in two different ways. Excellent.
And going back to what we said a few weeks ago about Bobby De Niro doing two roles in Alto Nights, where you're like, this is gimmicky and I don't understand why they're doing it like this.
Yeah.
Here, it's like, oh, I get it. And he's putting in the work to be very different and very unique.
Yeah. Yeah. He's excellent. There's no notes. Continue to make movies with Michael B. Jordan.
I think he just gets better every fucking pass he gets. He's just better every time.
Yeah, yeah.
He's great in Creed. He's great in Black Panther ×2.
Yeah,
like he's just such a terrific actor.
Yeah.
And Tony watched Fruitvale Station, which is devastating.
Yeah,
it's fucking heavy as shit. Yeah. But what'd you think of Fruitvale Station? Because that was like their coming
out party for sure. I like how messy it is. I like that you see. I like that I watched Fruitvale Station with Sinners, because it's just like where he started and where he is now, and you see his evolution, right? And you see you see their,
because it's both of them.
Yeah. You see their evolution and their evolution together, and you see certain things that he did in Fruitvale and how he took that to certain other movies, and like to Black Panther ×2, and then to Creed, and then to this. Right. I hold Creed on the pedestal. How he was able to fucking make one of arguably one of the better Rocky movies.
Sure.
And it was a freaking spin-off.
Yeah.
What is amazing, and the fact that he's doing something original here, like this is a completely original story, and he wants to. There's talk that he's gonna do this into a franchise. Like I'm all in. Like where you take this is like the world's your oyster, pal. And I friggin' love that it had 2 post-credit scenes. You don't see that. You don't see that with the original filmmaking, and and
they're post-credit scenes that matter.
Exactly.
They're post-credit scenes that are a fucking film unto themselves.
Right.
Jesus
like
Christ.
The mid one was basically a short film.
Yeah.
But it was so well done,
man. Buddy Guy,
fucking Buddy Guy. There's a guy in our screening that went nuts for Buddy Guy, and I was like, Dave, it's Buddy Guy. And like, I'm just so happy that things like this exist. I'm just happy that independent filmmakers are getting studio money to do original stories.
Yeah.
You need that. Not everything can be a remake. Not everything could be a reimagining or a legacy sequel or a fucking IP. Doesn't need to be. Originality is still there. You're still and he's mashing genres. He's mashing genres together too, right? Like, and he's doing it so good.
Yeah. And I don't think he's compromising his integrity or compromising his values. He's still telling the stories he wants to tell.
Absolutely. And he's playing in multiple sandboxes. Like, horror is new for Coogler. And he does it so well.
Yeah.
Can we talk about how horny this movie is?
Super fucking horny, dude. Super. Well, the movie was super fucking wet. Like,
could you imagine Preacher Boy's dad showed up to this? Woof! The devil is in this building.
Yeah, like Jesus. Like, this movie emphasizes cunnilingus like no movie I've seen in a long time. Like, no major blockbuster movie I've seen in ages.
Yeah.
Fucking Haley Steinfeld spitting in his mouth.
Filth.
Filth. I get it. You got a little bit of drool. You want some? Yes, Haley, I do.
I didn't know I was into that until this movie, and now I just want someone to spit in my mouth. So here we are.
And he finds a reason to get Michael B. Jordan shirtless.
Yeah, naturally. You always need a reason. You always need a reason.
But just like, this movie is fucking horny as hell. Yeah. It's hot and it's wet.
Yeah.
And it's also super gory.
Yeah.
There's that too.
Super gory.
It does not hold back. Like, if you're not sure how it's going to balance any of its horror elements, you don't have to worry.
It figures it out.
It balances just fine.
And it even includes Jack O'Connell doing like a river dance type thing.
Oh, seeing that in the full IMAX was not something I had on my 2025 bingo card, but I'm so happy it exists.
Even that juxtaposition of like the music that's being played inside the juke joint and, you know, this Irish folk song that's being sung outside in the grass, and it's plays off each other very well.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I can't say enough good things about this movie. I don't know. I think, to your point, Dave, it's messy at a couple points where you're just like, this could have been tightened up, but I'm nitpicking.
It's not even a matter of tightening it up. It's just that you're just kind of like, I think there's some storytelling that you could have tweaked here.
Just a polish.
So it said it a little cleaner than it does. It could be the same length. It just, like, there's certain parts that could have been cleaner, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't even think it's a nitpick. I think it's more of, like, it's not a perfect film.
It's not.
And it was never going to be a perfect film, but the things it accomplishes is remarkable.
Yeah.
And I also need to give a big shout out. I'm hoping I say her name right. But her name is Wunmi Mosaku, who plays she's in Loki.
Oh, okay.
And she's in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Like, I didn't realize that was who it was. Until after the film. Like, I was like, she's great. This girl, this woman's amazing type thing. And I was like, oh, it's her.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, she's good. Yeah, she's good.
She's good. Yeah. She's good in those things, but she's fucking great. Off the charts here.
Yeah.
And our boy Delroy Lindo.
So good. So good. Everyone's firing on all cylinders. I wouldn't say anyone gave a bad performance. Everyone was working so well and working well off each other.
Yeah,
Omar Miller.
Oh yeah, like
good like Omar Miller. And it's in the trailers, and it was definitely my selling point. But fucking Michael B. Jordan with the fucking Tommy gun, like, just
yeah. With the Thompson with the drum loader. Yeah, it's cinema. And like, the thing is,
cinema,
like,
baby.
You know, where it's placed in the movie, I was like, at that point, I was like, is this happening? Like, where? And then it
fucking does.
And you realize why it's happening, and you're like, oh, fucking yes,
cinema, baby,
cinema all around.
It's easily the best part. Like, I had a shit-eating grin the entire time, and that movie ended, and I had a smile on my face.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's definitely. I think it's a top tier recommend from all three of us.
Absolutely,
it'll definitely be on our lists at the end of the year.
Absolutely.
One of 2, 3, 5 lists at the end of the year.
Yeah,
it's definitely a movie I'm not going to forget anytime soon.
No, I want to see it again. I absolutely highly recommend seeing this in IMAX of any variety. It doesn't really matter if 70 millimeters only in Vaughan for us here in Southern Ontario. So. Find your closest IMAX. It doesn't matter. It'll be great still digitally projected. I had a great time with it. And yeah. Solid recommend.
Me too.
Yeah.
So that's Sinners.
That is Sinners.
Do we have anything else for this eve?
No, I think that's a good drop
I think
the mic
it is
point.
too. And I'm very happy to do so. So I think we've given you some laundry films tonight. We've given you some run out to the theater and go see it on the biggest screen you can tonight. And we've given you a hell of a lot of trigger warnings. And
see it if you're horny.
I always am.
Always.
It seems like a lot of the films we talked about tonight are quite horny.
Super horny.
Quite
Absolutely.
horny.
Absolutely.
And who doesn't love seeing Michael B. Jordan squared?
Yeah, I know. Like you like Michael B. Jordan? Great. Now you can get 2 of him. For the price of one.
For the price of one.
It's excellent. We'll be back in a couple weeks. We got some more movies for you, as we always do. But until then, I'm still Jimmy, and I'm always here with
Big T Tony B.
Yeah, and
Dave, if you're nasty.
And we'll catch you on the flip side.